I think it's a great record. Hey Hey Ho Hum, what a title. Whimsical, a little self-deprecating, English to the core, and the phrases threaded through the 10 songs, all spliced together in a sort of one continuous piece. Let's start with the title. How did you come up with that?
Oh well, hey ho, or hey ho, come on,
But ho hum, come on, that's got to be very.
Well,
that's got to be the very English.
I just thought I'd stretch it out a bit, David.
Okay. So tell us a bit about your upbringing. I mean, how did you get into music? How did you get started?
I was at a primary school in Germany, and they had an upright piano, and I used to sneak in during lunchtimes, and they didn't lock it, so I lifted the lid up. And I sort of pressed a key. I thought that's interesting, and I started playing it rhythmically. And then the next day I sneaked back in again and lifted it up, and I played 2 notes rhythmically. And I realised I'd become twice as good at playing the piano, so it just carried on from there.
Congratulations on your debut album, but how come it's taken you so long doing something of your own volition without
I got these
else?
old vintage synthesizers up in an attic, and it seemed a shame. I thought somebody might have some sort of use for them, so I thought I'd better check out whether they work or not. Writing up some parts, so that I had 2 hands to fiddle with all the parameters on the synthesizers, and I realised I was writing riffs and chord sequences and stuff, and then it just went on from there.
Obviously, as you all know, I'm sure that Joe and Ian, between the 2 of them, wrote pretty much, or co-wrote most of the big hits that the Human League enjoyed. Was there a particular process that you would go through, or
no? Everything happened kind of in different sort of ways, I think, didn't it? I don't think it was ever a case of folks sort of sat together and collaborated. I think everyone would come up with like bits of ideas, and someone else would have another part to add to it, or you'd have a little bit of music, and Phil would come in with his notebook and have some words that fitted with that, and Ian would have a bit, and they just kind of happened quite organically like that. And the song Seconds, off the Dare album as well, came out of actually a jam. When you find out how real scientists make their discoveries, it is so random. It's random, yeah. It's just trial and error, and it was a bit. So it was that sort of a scientific approach, I think.
Right.
It was pretty random.
But surely.
But we didn't know whether what we were doing was any good. None of us knew. We were just making this record.
Well, you found out pretty fast.
Well, eventually, yeah. But we didn't. We didn't have a clue at the time. We were just kind of indulging ourselves, I suppose, really.
And what is Rutland Art Space, which is the label or the imprint that the album is going out on? Is that you?
Yes, it functions as a label, but we're also interested in what people are doing with visual arts. As you can see, the video incorporated paintings and photography and video animations done by people I know, and I like to incorporate that in with what I'm doing. So Rutland Art Space is really the beginnings of saying to people, well, anyone, let's see what you're doing and see if we can, bring things together.